What's going on, boys and girls? It's Dustin from Northwest Knives. Today we're going to do a quick little breakdown of a Microtech Ultratech. This is my personal one. It's a bronze apocalyptic black chassis UTX, so Ultratech, the standard size. Yeah, I just thought it would be nice to give you guys just a quick little rundown, a quick little breakdown of how to maintain your knives. So here we go. All right. So like I said earlier, what we have here is the Microtech Ultratech. This is the, I don't want to say standard size, but for all intents and purposes, kind of this is their flagship size. Their basic everyday size. It's got a little bit of wear and tear from being in the pocket, but overall it's a really good knife. It's cut a lot of boxes, a lot of food. So with that being said, let's get into it. So first, what you want to do is you want to take your Microtech tool with all the bits, okay, and you want to find the bit that fits your clip. Okay, it's like a puzzle. They don't actually number them. So you, it's like the puzzle you used to play when you were a kid, and you have to fit the shape inside the box and drops in. Just got to try them all out until they fit. Crack that bad boy loose. We're just going to set the clip and the screw and this bit off to the side. So now what you want to do is you want to find the bit that fits your Microtech, depending on the size. 85s and Ultratechs, they're pretty much all going to be the standard size. What's really nice is this toolkit real quickly comes with UTX 70 size bits. It comes with the old tri-prongs for the first generation. Some of the crazy older Microtechs that need the tri-bit. So anyways, you just want to start taking the screws off, all right? Okay, now that you've got all the screws taken off, take those and slide them over here with your clip out of the way. And now you have your knife. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the top off. Okay, there's the top of the chassis. Here's the button. There's a little spring inside the button that's not pressed in. It's just kind of set in there. So make sure you don't lose that little spring. That's going to get set off with the clip. All right. And now you have where all the magic is. Pretty simple, actually. If you've never seen inside one of these, it works very, very easy. So I'll put the button back on so we can kind of demonstrate how it works before I get into taking it apart. So this spring does not live under pressure, okay? It doesn't live under tension. What happens is when you go to push the button forward, okay, this spring is hooked into the back of the blade. This lever, as it slides forward, pushes this lever down that way, allowing that blade to move freely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spring off and show you how it works. So for doing that, I like to use a little pair of needle nose pliers. Just pry up this back side of the spring. The whole thing comes off in one piece. So set that with your clip and screws, along with put the button back on so you guys can kind of see how it works. So like I said, the spring is hooked into the back of the blade. Let me zoom in for you a little bit. The spring is hooked back here in this little divot in the back of the blade. And as you slide that button forward, if you notice what's happening is this lever is being pushed down. So now that blade can slide forward freely. So that blade slides all the way forward, all the way out, okay, and is now fixed out because this lever is in the way. This lever is preventing that blade from coming back in. This stop pin, which you'll see here in a little bit, is preventing the blade from coming all the way out. So now when you pull the knife back, what happens is the front end of this spring is kind of stuck on the stop pin. As you bring it back, when you get to that point where this lever's all the way down, okay, it lets the blade come back in until it gets to the back of the knife, and then you've done a cycle. That's completed a whole cycle. So pretty simple. Spring comes off. This little hardened, I'm assuming this is going to be hardened steel, mechanism comes out. Okay, and then you have your blade. Pop the stop pin out. Like I said, this is what stops your knife from, the knife blade from flying out the end of the handle and hurting you horribly. Blade slides out. Now, I wouldn't recommend taking these little levers out just because their springs are so small and so thin, and if you do lose them, you're kind of up a creek. I've lost one or two in my lifetime, and it's not fun. Just so you guys can see it, there's a little spring that sits in that lever. Okay, so sandwich that bad boy in there, get it, slide it back in. Voila. All right, now for cleaning, you can use a Q-tip and get down in here and clean out this channel where the stop pin goes. A lot of times pocket lint will build up here where that stop pin stops. It will build up here where that stop pin goes back. All right. You also want to clean down here because you'll get a lot of pocket lint build up down here. All right. So you slide your blade in like so. It's not going to go in because you have to push this down to slide it in. Okay. Slides all the way back. You get your stop pin. Stop pin slides in a little hole. It should just drop down in there. Okay. Now you take your steel plate, have it set all the way back as far as you can get it. And then with your spring, this is something we didn't talk about. The spring has two sides. Has this kind of beefier side and the longer side. The longer side goes on the back of the blade. Okay, so slides in, make sure it's back behind the blade, and then honestly what I do is I just take it like this and I slide it forward till it clicks. Just make sure it sits in there nice and flat like so. Okay, just like that. You're almost done. So now you want to take your button, and there's a little groove in the button. See a little break right there? That's going to be the brake for this lever right there. So it just rests on the spring. The spring doesn't go over that lever. Okay. Now you want to take your top plate of your chassis, slide that bad boy on. All right. Now you're just putting screws in. And then once you finish doing the chassis screws, check to make sure your knife works. Looks good to me. The clip goes on. Get your clip screw. Find the bit that fits, play the puzzle game, snug it down, and give it a nice little twist. Bada bing, bada boom, you're in business. So we sell these. We have a few of these in stock at Northwest Knives, as well as tons and tons and tons of Microtech I challenge you to come by and check out our selection. Stop by the website, northwestknives.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here. Also follow us on Instagram, or if you're on Instagram watching this, make sure you follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Instagram and YouTube are still waiting for you. So come on down. Lots and lots of content. As you guys know, we post almost daily. So like and subscribe. Don't forget to give us a follow for all the latest, greatest content. And stop back next time. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.